Did an election that was supposed to revolve around women's issues actually come down to the plight of men, young men? In the final months of the election, Donald Trump reached out to young male voters on popular platforms that they subscribe to.
I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nell Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
For generations, the youth vote has been one that has largely favored Democrats, but in recent polling, we're seeing that advantage is starting to slip, especially among young men.
You've heard it from cable news pundits, Republican and Democratic strategists, and your favorite YouTuber. Young men swung the 2024 U.S. presidential election for Trump in a big way. Understanding what's driving the success of so-called broadcasters and how to reach the young men in their grips is on everyone's mind right now. But we're zooming in on a different corner of the manosphere, the intersection between male grievance culture and climate denial.
When you pop in your earbuds and enter the virtual man cave, you might not be paying attention to mentions of global warming. But it actually comes up a lot. Some of these guys are explicitly right-wing warriors, like Charlie Kirk and Jordan Peterson. But many are just macho entertainers who like to talk about typical men's hobbies: sports, cars, sex and dating, but with a little bit of climate denial mixed in.
A little spice.
See, here's the thing, this climate change narrative, this is a really goofy thing that people on the left are talking about. This is because of climate change. This is climate change causes fire.
It's an intrinsic part of life to feel guilty in relationship to nature. No, it's difficult for us to live in harmony with the natural world, and for the natural world to live in harmony with us.
I'm being 100% serious. I cannot think of a single one reason. I cannot think of one single reason why global warming is bad.
In case you didn't recognize those voices, and you're lucky if you don't, that was Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, and Andrew Schultz, whose combined online following is more than every major cable news network together. And who am I? I'm Daniel Penny. I'm a journalist who's been tracking the rise of climate denial among men on my show, Non-Toxic. I've also written about this kind of stuff for The New Yorker, The New York Times, and GQ.
And I'm Amy Westervelt, climate reporter and host of Drilled. In this mini-series, we'll be asking, what's wrong with men? Why are they less likely than women to believe in climate change or take personal or political action against it? And what does their reluctance to deal with the climate crisis have to do with their shift towards the right in general? We're calling it Carbon Bros.
We're going to show how the manosphere started shilling for fossil fuels and why the climate crisis became tied up with the culture war against feminism and so-called gender ideology. We'll trace how gas guzzlers became symbols of throbbing American manhood, and we'll break down the boy math solutions offered by doomers and abundance bros. Along the way, you'll hear from researchers, historians, scientists, activists, and regular guys who are trying to navigate the climate crisis and the crisis of masculinity.
And we'll try to figure out what can be done to bring men back into the climate movement.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
If you want to find out how deep the rabbit hole goes, tune into Carbon Bros.
That rhymes. Find Carbon Bros wherever you get your podcasts.